Hey everyone, Steve here, and in this video I'm checking out this ProShock Arcade Joystick Magic Stick for the original PlayStation. Now right off the bat, I just love the look of this box. You can see here with this text Millennium 2000 that this must have come around in the late 90s or early 2000s, and it's just got that weird sort of third party but really keen, vibrant branding on it. It's just got text everywhere, little explosions telling you that it's got vibration feedback, and just no coherency in any of the design apart from how incoherent and crazy it is. Taking a look around the box, there's a few functions here that are pretty typical of arcade sticks of the time. So there's turbo fire, stay cool, I don't know what that means. I think there's like a fan there or something, looks like there's a little vent there. Vibration feedback, so there's a little motor inside probably, and then slow motion. And down the bottom in the kind of like Batman the Animated Series Art Deco font, it says adjustable for increased playing comfort. I'm not really sure what that is. And apparently it's also got a digital/analog input. Around the box here, it's just got more of the same kind of branding. And apparently it came in 5 different colors, which is cool. I think this is going to be the blue one inside. So let's just have a look. There's actually nothing here that says who made this. This is the only other, oh, there we are. Is it? No, it just says this product isn't made by Sony, which is kind of clear. It's not suitable for children under 5, I suppose, and that the PlayStation is a licensed Sony trademark. So that's interesting. Maybe we'll find out more about it once we get into it. I'm not sure how used this is, but we'll see. It didn't come brand new shrink wrapped. I guess we'll just open it like that, a box within a box. Oh, okay. It's not blue at all, it's orange, which is cool. Original packaging, I suppose. I definitely think it's been used because usually things won't come with a rubber band, but they'll come with twist ties. Okay, I'll cover up the details here, but it looks like this was bought secondhand or from like a specialty game store. Here is the manual for the Magic Stick itself. That's a funny name for an arcade stick. Okay, here is the English one. It's all pretty clear. I don't think we need to go through this, but feel free to pause and have a screenshot if you'd like. Nothing else in this inner box. Let me see if I can take it out. And yeah, straight through, nothing else. Okay, so with all that packaging out of the way, we can actually take a look at the Magic Stick itself. So it's a compact arcade stick, you know, it's less than the width of my 2 hands. Let's have an initial look at this joystick. Okay, so it's got membrane buttons under there. There's no micro switch clicking at all, and it's got a weird resistance. So right off the bat, you know, it's that kind of relatively lower quality product, which is fine. But then we do have a 8-button layout here. That from the top, L1 square, triangle, R1, and then the bottom row, L2X, circle, R2. Then we've got 6 control buttons here. So got slow, analog, turbo, select, start, clear. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, this is an event. I thought these were holes, but no, they're bumps. So it's like a little palm grip or something. And then on the bottom here, I don't mean this in a disparaging way, but you know, it's kind of like a cheap mass Chinese produced product, of which there are a lot in the modern day coming from AliExpress, but I guess back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they just came via various importers. Got a cool little dust washer here for the arcade stick, even though it doesn't really need it. Oh, I guess it does, but I mean, it doesn't need it because it's not that great of a product anyways. And then this little ball and socket joint. So this is gonna be just like that Quickshot Devastator joystick that I looked at recently. There's a little emblem here for a company. It says Double Win. So double, and then it wraps around to say win over there, if you can see that. So that might be the actual company that makes this. I'm gonna give it a real quick test on a PlayStation 2, and then we'll have a look inside, but I can already see the motors here for the vibration functionality. The thing is, the PlayStation 2, I'm gonna plug this in, has a broken fuse that doesn't allow for vibration because of an adapter I used on it. So I'm not really gonna be able to test that unless I plug it into the Player 2 port, but I don't really care about that anyways because it's kind of weird for vibration on an arcade stick. But anyways, I don't really have the most highest of hopes for this product anyways. Okay, so I've just booted up the monitor. I've plugged in the arcade stick here into my PS2 down in the bottom corner here. Uh-oh, it doesn't look like this joystick works. How do I do it? How do I change it? X seems to work as a button, but this joystick doesn't seem to be working. Is it because it's on analog? How do I do that? Maybe if I swap controller ports? Okay, interesting. It works on the menu here. Aha, it's because of the analog setting. I need to find a way to turn that off. Okay, that's good to know. At least for Street Fighter Alpha Anthology, that's causing a problem. Let's see what we can do about that. While that's loading up again, let's have a look at this cool ball top. Whoa, There's a motor in here too. Oh my gosh, how do I turn this analog mode off? So I've actually plugged in a controller into the second port, and that's what I'm using to control this right now. So I'll just press yes to begin the game. And then we'll have to figure out if this is gonna work at all, basically, because it's on analog mode. And it doesn't seem to stay off. I press it and you can see it comes back. Anyways, so I can't move this at all. It's so annoying. Okay, after a quick Google, I think this is gonna be a problem in games that don't use the analog stick, especially because I guess this is a PS1 stick first and foremost, and it just doesn't have the right code or whatever to be able to turn itself off analog mode when plugged into a PS2. So I'm gonna have to try a different game. Okay, so I've loaded up Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and the stick does seem to be working. I can navigate through the menus just fine. Let's just play some quick arcade mode. I don't really love this game. I'm not sure many people do. I mean, I like it for the nostalgia factor, but as a game, it's so weird. Although the menu kind of holds up and the design, but it's just so funny. You know me, Sub-Zero, because I'm cheap. And I wanted to play something besides Tekken. I guess I could have played Tekken Tag to test out the tag button. I just wanted to play a game with more than 4 buttons, but I don't remember the layout of this anyways. Whoa, okay, cool. So that's like a escape button or something. I don't remember what that was. Oh, R2's block. L1's change fighting style. L2 does nothing. There's no controls, so I guess I'll just fight. Nice, awesome. If you're button mashing and you're not really particular about fighting games, then for sure, this controller works fine. Let's try some turbo. I forgot to do that for the Quickshot Devastator. Turbo, clear. How do I do that? Ah, I'm doing this on the fly. Okay, so this is turbo. I guess it's Mortal Kombat, you know, it's kind of a slowish game, so the turbo doesn't really do anything except get my ass kicked. The thing with this arcade stick or this joystick is that the throw is super long. Like I have to move the stick a lot to get my input, like there. I mean, not just that the throw is long, but the dead zone or the end of the range is long as well. Like, look how much this stick moves. Like that's heaps. It's hard to kind of portray, but that's a lot of movement. It's also kind of not perfectly straight, which is funny. The size of it is kind of similar to the Hori compact joystick that I've reviewed before. So that's fine. These buttons again are, you know, membranes, so are they? They might be switches actually, but they just kind of feel mushy. I guess we'll see when we open it up. They've got a sort of nice linear kind of actuation. Man, I wish I could play this on Street Fighter. I wonder what the competitive Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance scene was like. There's slow-mo. You know, it basically just presses start. Ugh, that's making me dizzy. Okay, stop that. So having beaten 2 rounds of Deadly Alliance arcade mode, I think it's time to finish the playtesting here. I can't get the turbo light to turn off. I think if I just press clear along with all the buttons, there we are, the turbo light turns off. All right, that's enough of that. Ooh, Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Doesn't matter, we don't need to play that. So I guess it's time to open this up and have a look inside. Now, all the screws are gonna be hidden under these feet. I like the design of this stick, I actually really do. I like the colors, I like the transparency. And if there was potential to mod it, I guess we'll see and kind of reuse this case for something. Look how many things there are though. There's like motors everywhere, which is funny. I won't tear this apart just yet. I'll try and use the vibration functionality some other time, I guess. But anyways, let's have a look inside. So I'm gonna have to just pry these feet up, I suppose. Unfortunately, there's no single screw hidden under this. That would have been nice. Okay, so I've just got a small flathead screwdriver to help me pry these rubber feet off. Okay, and there's our first screw with this weird, gross yellow adhesive. Ah, that's fine. All right, so I guess I'm gonna repeat that for the remaining 5. Okay, so I've removed all 6 of those rubber feet. And then we've just got Phillips screws under it. Pretty small screws, actually. Okay, so here's the last screw. So let's open this up together. And there we are. Whoa, whoa. Interesting. Ugh, is that grease or adhesive? It's grease, I guess, to keep this. Oh, it's like a Nintendo 64 joystick, if you've ever seen that. Anyways, so we've got the PCB here. Nice and self-explanatory in terms of the way it's traced. Is it? I guess you can look on the other side and kind of trace it back. Then we've got like at least, there's 4 motors in this thing. You can see there's a motor inside this ball top, like I showed earlier. Then there's 2 motors here. Are they motors or are they just encoders? I think these are encoders. Yeah, these 2 are just the joystick encoders, it looks like. And this is the cable going into the motor in the ball top right here. Here is 2 springs to kind of make it rebound. You can see how the spring extends when I move the joystick and then retracts, and then same one for the other direction. So these just look to be the encoders on the side here. A sub-assembly for the buttons that control all this stuff. And then here's one motor and then the other motor again. So 2 motors only, which is not that bad. I guess, you know, a normal DualShock 2 controller has 2 motors as well. Little glove top there. And I'm not going to disassemble this any further because I don't think we're going to learn too much. Oh, actually, we kind of want to know what kind of switches this thing's using, right? You can kind of see it through here. There could be switches. How do I get this though? They're soldered in though, is the thing. Huh. Okay, so if I remove these 2 screws, then this kind of red section should come out entirely, if you see that. There's also a nice little bump here. That's interesting. So let's remove these 2 screws. All right, what's gonna happen now? Nothing, I guess. Maybe this cover comes off. There's nothing else that I can see is holding it in there. Ah, okay. How do I get this board out? I don't want to disassemble it too much because I'm pretty lazy, but there might be no other way. Ah, you can kind of see in that angle, it looks like there's almost keyboard style switches there, which would be crazy, but that's what they kind of look like. The most obvious way would be to desolder everything, but I kind of don't want to do that. I guess that's as far as we're going to get, at least today. It's weird though in that it seems like you could almost easily disassemble and customize it by swapping out these colored plates. Does the ball top twist off in any way? Not really, because it's encasing everything. So yeah, unfortunately, I guess that's it. You might see this again in a future video where I try and mod it and try and reuse this case. But if not, this is as far as the rabbit hole goes. Anyways, guys, that'll just about do it for this video. Thanks for watching this quick look at the Magic Stick for the original PlayStation. Another one of these kind of retro products that you might see now and then on eBay. If you've ever seen it and it's interested you, at least now you know what you're getting yourself into. We don't have any seemingly micro-switched feedback or, Japanese quality parts. Just like the Quickshot Devastator, it's another one of these relics of the 90s. I really do like the design of this though, so I think it is a candidate for a mod in the future of some kind. And then before I mod it, I will make sure to test the vibration functionality here just to see what it's like, especially given that there's vibration in the ball top. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll answer as much as I can. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could like it. And if you haven't already, please be sure to check out the other videos on my channel as there's a lot to see, and subscribe if you're interested. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.